Why do melons have weddings? Because they cantaloupe. Alright, so due to some strange chain of events, you have ended up here looking at me on the internet in video form. This is the first time I've put myself on the internet in video form, so it's exciting for me and hopefully for you. The reason that I'm doing this, right, today is to talk about a Navy PCS. PCS stands for Permanent Change of Station or a move. So the Navy will give you orders, tell you to go somewhere else and live and do some other job, and you have to move to that place. Luckily, because the Navy told you to go there, they're likely going to pay for all of the fees associated with the move, hopefully, if you do it right. But Navy PCS means Navy move. So let's pause there. Who am I to talk about a Navy move? Well, I've been in the Navy for a long time, longer than many people have been alive. I have moved several times in that time. I've moved from America to America, from America to not America, from not America back to America. I've done all kinds of moves. I've done more things than move. I even died once. I died. Thank goodness the Navy was there, because the Navy brought me back to life, put me back to work, which enabled me to do this in a not dead form. That's a story. Maybe later we'll tell that story. I don't know. Maybe like a video, subscribe, watch more videos, and you'll find out. But that's for another day. Not dead. Anyway, so back to the Navy PCS. Like I said before, there's a lot that goes into it, right? It starts about a year in advance. At that point, you, the sailor, would get onto the website My Navy Advancement and look at all the orders that are available to you. You pick a bunch that you like, whether it's location, platform, whatever it is. Click on them, submit them, saying, "Hey Navy, I'd like to do these." And the Navy looks at that and they're going to be like, "Oh, sure, cool, do this one. That's a good fit for you." Or they're going to be like, "Nah, you're going to do this one," right? Either way, you're going to get a new station, a new location where you're going to go work, most likely. And at that point, you know you need a PCS. So once you're selected for orders, that doesn't mean for sure you're going, right? You have to wait for hard copy orders, which means the orders are printed and they tell you exactly what to do. It takes a while, it varies per case, right? But you'll know, the orders will come out, they'll be on another website called NSIPS or a few others, right? But NSIPS is the main one. They'll also be sent to your current command for them to get and give to you. In those orders, there's going to be a whole list of things to do. They're really confusing to read. It's like a fictional story that was written by a horrible author, right? It skips all over. There's no real plot line. It just bounces all over, and you have to read through this several page sheet and make sense of all the nonsense. But there is good information there telling you exactly what to do. But I'm going to give you like a better spiel, right? So the first thing, this is a general, all orders are different. This is a general, everyone should have to do this. First thing you want to do is, once you have the hard copies, talk to your admin department. They're going to get you going on a transfer information sheet and some other stuff. And this is essentially getting the date that you're going to leave your current command, and the plans, right? They submit for your travel arrangements and everything else. On your orders, one of the pieces of information is going to be a detached date, which is really just a month. It'll say like this month of this year, and then a report no later than date, meaning you have to be there by this day. Everything else is free game, right? Not free game, but it's going to give you a block of time, and you have to be there no later than the no later than date. And if you have enough leave, you can take 30 days of leave en route in most cases. Again, your orders will tell you. But that's that. So you go through admin, you do all that. Some of the duties, like overseas duty or any kind of special duty, like if you're going NSW or recruiting, they're going to have a screening involved. It'll say in the orders. At that point, admin should, if you didn't already have it because you read it in your orders, admin will give it to you and get you started on that screening. They'll also at some point start the process for getting you tickets, right? There's a sheet called a PRR. I don't remember what that stands for, but you fill it out, how you want to get there, who you want to bring with you, you give it to them, and they submit it to the people that buy your tickets. This is where, pause, right? If you're taking pets and flying overseas, this can get kind of complicated. There's a lot of restrictions on different countries taking pets, so make sure if you do have pets that you're paying close attention to that. This should go without saying, but pets and family members, right? You want to make sure if you have a spouse and children that you're going to put them on the form that you want them to go with you. In most cases, sometimes they don't, but don't forget to write them down. Outside of the pets, there's a website you go to start the process for your things, your household goods, we call it, right? You fill out the kinds of things you have. Do you have a motorcycle? A motorcycle will ship with the stuff in your house. Do you have kayaks? Do you have a boat? Do you have firearms? How much stuff do you have? There'll be a weight limit, and you guess. I've always just guessed the max, and everyone's always been mad at me because I'm under the max, and they were confused, but it's just easier to say the max. I don't have to worry about it. A bunch of paperwork involved with that. There's also, if you're going overseas or going from overseas back to America, so America to not America, or not America back to America, they will ship a vehicle. And for that, I believe the process starts at the household goods office, and then it carries over to what they call a vehicle processing station. You'll have to drop the vehicle off in there. There's a bunch of paperwork to do then. But when you drop it off, it has to have no fault lights on the dash. It has to have no recalls, so you have to check for that. Active recalls that haven't been corrected. No rust. It has to be nice and clean inside with nothing extra. I think the last time I did a move, they allowed you $100 or less worth of tools that could stay in there, but nothing else. And they do go through and inspect it very well and note every scratch, every piece of damage. So on the other side, you can't say that they did it. But it comes out the other end, usually nice and clean, and it starts and everything's good. So that's all the paperwork side, right? After that comes the real stuff. So eventually you've done the household goods, you submit it, there's a bunch of steps in between. They're gonna have to counsel you. In some places they're gonna come and look at your stuff and be like, whoa, you said you had 13,000 pounds, but this is only like 7, you're dumb. And you'll be like, I'm not really dumb, I'm just lazy. But you'll get there, movers will show up, and they actually pack your stuff for you. So you have to take everything off the wall, get everything nice, ready, laid out, and they'll wrap it and put it in boxes. If you have something that you've packed yourself and you don't want them to touch that, they're going to note it. Meaning if it gets there and it's broken, they're going to say, well, we didn't pack that, so not our fault. So for the most part, they're going to pack everything. So you're going to do that. They're going to haul it away. You're not going to have any stuff. Shortly after that, you're going to just fly out, right? You'll get tickets. You'll show up. The tickets cover so much baggage. You get on the plane and fly out. Kind of summarize, right? You land. You're going to have to find a place if you haven't already. There's a thing called house hunting leave that you can take when you arrive there. You'll have to talk to your new command about that. They're going to have to do the paperwork. You get, I believe it's 10 days, somewhere around 10 days, free leave that you can look for a place to live. Once you get that place to live, your stuff will show up. You'll move in. Your call will show up. You have to pick it up from the closest VPC. And you'll have to check into your command before that no later date and before you hit more than 30 days of leave for your transfer. Once everything gets there, there's not too much left to do, right? Except go through every single thing when your household goods arrive. They're gonna be all these dudes in there, well, and people, they don't have to be dudes. They're carrying your stuff in, and you have your little checklist. Every box was numbered when it left, and you have your checklist with all the boxes. It'll have a description and the number, and you look at everything as it comes in. You're like, box 10, check. If this says it should be a lamp, that also says lamp, good to go. Box 11, check. That said it should be shoes. This says it's pots. Let's look into that, right? And it sounds silly, but you're really going to want to pay close attention here because things get confusing, and if you want to catch anything missing, that's the time to do it. You're just making sure everything shows up just how it left. Later, you're going to unpack everything. If there's anything damaged, you're going to note it, and you can do a claim afterwards. It's a big process. Online, you have to show documentation of how much it cost, try to prove that it was in good shape when it left. And if anything's missing, you have to show that it was packed the place that you left, and it didn't show up at the place that you arrived at, and the cost of it, and that it was in good condition. That burden of proof is on you, so I recommend taking a ton of pictures before you leave so that you have all that proof. Yeah, that's about it, right? So as I just happen to be embarking on a PCS myself, where I'm at in the process, I have chosen the orders on my Navy assignment. I've been selected for those orders. I have been given hard copy orders. I have an approved date through my TIS, my transfer information sheet. I've requested tickets that I do not have yet, but I hope to have within the next couple of weeks. But as I continue to go through this, I will make more videos about the steps that we've done as I'm going through them, and show you the troubles that I'm having and the things that are going smooth. If you have any questions about this process or any other process with military life or whatever, it doesn't matter. Just what's it like to be a weird ginger with super pale complexion? Is that hard in the sun? The answer is yes. But questions like that, throw them down in the comments. Shoot a message. I don't know, maybe Instagram, same thing, the salty ginger. Find me in there, shoot me a message. I'll probably get back to you. Other than that, I plan on putting one of these out every week as we go through the process. I'll also be putting out some other stuff of do-it-yourself type of things as I try to figure it out myself, because YouTube's saved my life, so maybe me doing it can save other people's life. By life, I don't mean the time that I died. It's just made my life easier. It's like kind of embellished there with my words, but that's it. If you liked what you saw here, go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe. Maybe someday you'll learn how I really did die. That's awesome. And we'll see you later. Thanks. Real quick disclaimer. You may have noticed the Boston Red Sox hat. Not necessarily a Boston Red Sox fan, but I did live in Boston for a while, and I had to get the hat to blend in so I wasn't beat up.